I've been to Fort William for countless years, and I think this is probably the fastest I've ever seen the track. Yeah, like, just carnage.
Yeah, there's a nervousness in the air, which is understandable.
I mean, I've been aware of kind of Sam and Ollie sort of through racing, following kind of like the national series and sort of regional series, but sort of going to see kind of what was happening at sort of these talent centres, obviously get to know kind of Ollie and Sam a little bit more there. Those guys were both invited to kind of regional sessions as well, where we kind of sort of built upon hopefully that knowledge that they were learnt at the talent centres. Yeah, we were impressed by kind of like what we saw from them kind of like on and off the bike at those centres through the racing, so they were invited to become part of the National Gravity Academy. We wanted to work with the best second year youth riders who looked to be demonstrating that sort of potential both on and off the bike to actually race World Cups as a first year junior, kind of moving forward potentially for the national team or a trade team.
We're first World Cup track walk with the British cycling boys. Look forward to it. I mean, they've done a fair bit of work on it. It looks pretty smooth, so pretty keen for it.
We out here for William, round 1 of the UCI Downhill Series. About to rip it up.
All I hear is rim dingers.
Big boom. It's quite cool that we've gone to the first World Cup this year, and these guys have kind of graduated onto racing for the national team essentially. We're doing a bit of a track walk together. We've kind of organised to kind of do that as kind of a big group. The kind of thinking behind that is like, let's sort of breed some sort of familiarity between the riders. They're here kind of with like friends, familiar faces, so that you can kind of come to this like an event like this, not feel kind of isolated and kind of overawed maybe by the situation.
How many people are on the bridge?
Let's make everything sort of feel relaxed, enjoyable. I think when people kind of feel that way, they're going to sort of ride better, they're going to enjoy themselves, and like the results are kind of going to come as a result of that.
First World Cup track walk, they've definitely filled a lot of holes in. It's a lot smoother, a lot faster. Like, I think it's going to run well. Tighter times possibly it.
A lot of lines, that's for sure. A few more than at a national, yeah.
Fuck dropping.
Pretty unreal to be fair. It's like flat out, innit? Big berms.
Okay, 4 mil action.
So yeah, it's all about just sort of giving exposure, experience to kind of like what's potentially to come sort of in the future.
Fresh, fast, fun. Keen to get on a bike really. Yeah, I've been wanting to get on it all track walk, just want to ride.
Oh! Today was pretty sick. We did track walk and then that's about it really, but the track looks unreal, so I'm keen for tomorrow.
This is the setup. Can't see through that, man.
All black, celebrities in the back, you know how it is.
You got the track. This is the Sterland's race lorry.
We've got the rigs, we've got the Ollie Sinden mobile. It's the slower of the two bikes, but it's not bad, it's not bad.
I think it's funny, isn't it? Yeah, sick. Well, come and have a look inside. Ah. There we go. 99% battery, baby.
Yeah. Well, luckily I wasn't in the track in Rio because it sounded like a proper disaster.
No, it's a bit of a shambles that, and no even quali for me, no result. But, mate, new race. We're here. It's all working.
Not actually sure how Mark gets into his bed.
Some view, Mike. Mate, look at the sunset over on the mountains, on the Nevis.
My life's basically a movie, I've realised. I remember the first time I ever really thought, you know, like I might be interested in doing this more was like, went to the Forest Dean with my dad and one of my mates in primary school. We were riding like the skills area and I remember like there was this drop and I was like scared to do it. And And then like, it was like right at the end, and I eventually did it by the end of the day, and I was like gassed. I was like, oh, the adrenaline rush was like insane. And then, and obviously now it's like a tiny drop, but at the time I thought it was massive. It was like probably like 8 on a hard tail or whatever. Almost like you don't really stop on the way and think about what you're doing. It's just like one thing happens after another, and like now here we are, Fort William World Cup.
Like we're literally sitting in Scotland, t-shirts, shorts, looking at like one of the sickest views. I just think getting stuck into something you love is like the best thing for you.
Imagine when we can drive, mate.
Morning, mate. Alright?
Alright, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. 7:30. What time is it? 7:39. So, I'll show you what I've come from this. I don't know if you can see it. To this. That's what we do. We adapt.
We're just doing the final touches, ready for practice.
I just know I'm running my bike today. Gonna have some fun.
What?
Oh, lucky, mate.
Today's quali day. Done some breakfast at the pits, and then head over. A couple of runs in the morning for practice, and then quali run. About I think it's 2:40 for my quali. So yeah.
Even though they may have taken some of the roughness out of it, the speed's gone really high, which kind of invites kind of higher consequence and higher risk kind of for the riders. And that sort of coupled with kind of like 3 days of ride has made the sort of track sort of super rough, kind of like how we've kind of seen sort of in previous years, but maintaining that super high speed as well.
Tense, I'd say. Yeah, there's a nervousness in the air, which is understandable. That's how it should be. That's what fires you up. Hey Josh, morning.
Should be a good day. Boys are feeling good, I'm feeling good. Dog day of riding bikes. Bottom of the track, it's a bit damp. So whether or not they want to switch to a 22 come the afternoon, we'll see.
Hopefully the practice goes well. Got a couple of lines I need to tidy up and stuff, so yeah, should be good fun.
On the dot, point 1. Punctures and rims. Rest of, like, those are the two major things that I see the most here. So I do a lot of wheel building, a lot of tyre changes, wheel changes, cassettes, rotors, they all need changing when you do a wheel set. Otherwise, the rest of the bikes tend to be okay, unless you hit a tree, like Ollie did yesterday.
Dude!
Not stoked.
Brother.
Fort William is infamous for its brutality, and yeah, it certainly takes it out on the bikes and the riders. So just finished Sam's bike, and I'm picking up where I left off with Ollie's since he had his rim implosion.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just learning to cope with the pressure maybe of the magnitude of the event and seeing the world's best riders riding amongst them.
Enjoy. Relax. Enjoy the moment.
Keep her lips.
If Sam's getting nervous before a race, he tends to go kind of in on himself, really. Likes to be on his own. Happy to just to kind of go quiet, really. Doesn't particularly want to eat. So it feels like I have to remind him to eat and drink a little bit, look after himself, but he's just kind of focused, I think. That's the way he deals with it. He's feeling a bit rough today. He's definitely woken up with a bit of a cold, which isn't helping, but I think there's nothing major, and I'm sure once the adrenaline kicks in and he's warmed up, he'll be fine. He's in a familiar place. He's done it often enough, so I think it'll be familiar to him. He should be okay.
Dried mango.
This bass boss.
Taste of moose.
You're flat.
Slow one. No, I was shrouding the motorway lips. Yeah, bro.
This is huge when we talk about downhill racing. Let's see here. Here he comes. Wow, he has to really keep on going. He's just on that limit. Indeed. Oh, he's just outside. 4:35.79.
Done. Well done. Well, that was great. That was awesome. I know it's frustrating, but that was a good run. Tell me about it.
It was decent. Oh, it was pretty good. It's the fastest I've ridden all weekend, but
yeah,
I should have been riding like that all weekend. Like now, I could be doing it for time.
Yeah. Well, you've done yourself proud. You know, you didn't come off, you didn't puncture. Done a great time. You know, you've just missed out, but that's cool.
Just a bit smoother, I think a bit too conservative. I thought I didn't want to push too hard and crash, or hit a rock and puncture or do something stupid, so I kind of kept it. I didn't keep it chill, but like I was just too conservative, I think, and just missed out by a couple of seconds. Yeah.
Obviously, I came to qualify, came to do well, but I got down. I was frustrated, but after I took my helmet off and had a chat with like Billy's dad, Matt, and Jamie, a few other people, that I just kind of realised like it's not the end of the world. I mean, I just done my first World Cup. It's cool, man. We're here. Like, I'm just like fortunate to be here. And I mean, you got me an ice cream, and I was pretty gassed.
Yeah, I think like I've had a discussion with both Sam and Ollie about not qualifying, and actually both of them have been really positive about that, and I think that's like great. Qualifying at this event, that's kind of the like the silver lining. Like, that's great, get yourself into the final and be able to experience that. But at the end of the day, if you don't qualify, like you've got so much opportunity and experience that you've just had over the last couple of days to kind of learn from and sort of take forward. And I think that's really great that Sam and Ollie both can see that, like, rather than kind of sort of maybe taking the negatives and being sort of hard on themselves about it. Yeah, it's really positive that they're sort of taking learning and like have got like new goals and new reflections to kind of like move forward and tackle kind of the next race when that next opportunity comes around.
I don't know what it's still filming.